Okay. Good morning. It is, I believe, November 6th, 2021, and we are here at the Northern...
Wait, is it 2021 already?
It is 2021. My name is Jandals, and I am here with...
Lizzie.
And we're going to be kind of guiding you through one of the first games at 9 a.m. and it is going to be Hippogriffs versus Leicester Universities. As sort of described next to me by...
Okay.
Oh my god, I've forgotten.
That's okay.
Mind blank. You didn't hear any of that. This is probably expected to be one of the best games of the day. But also here with Lizzie. Lizzie is completely new to Quidditch, so to anyone watching, Lizzie is going to be asking a lot of questions for anyone who is interested in the sport. So Lizzie, you had your first question.
I did. Really basic question. How long does it last?
The interesting question, the answer to that is we don't know.
Oh, that's a great answer.
So Quidditch in general is a minimum of 18 minutes. The reason we don't know how long a game is because there's a thing called the snitch, and if you catch the snitch, depending on how the snitch is caught, the game will end. So to answer your question, minimum 18 minutes, maximum as long as the snitch doesn't get caught. In
What's
a tournament,
the longest that it's ever gone on for?
Oh, well, if you're going back, if you're going back a couple of years, some games have gone for an hour and a half. But because we're on a tournament schedule, I imagine there's a cap at 45 minutes of gameplay and the game just ends.
Cool.
So
That makes sense.
fantastic. I'm just going to go over here and check out the team itself. So this here, starting lineup, Hippogriffs, also in their sub box. And over this side we also have
If I don't get blood at the ball, I'm off the pitch.
the Leicester team.
Well, yes, you are.
And we're back.
Stand next to the bludger, and ref will tell you exactly what's there.
So Lizzie, there is a different starting procedure now in Quidditch from what most people would assume, is all the players that are starting are going to line up on this line and run onto the pitch, and the game will start. There's going to be a bit of a tussle for the balls in the centre.
Sorry, sorry.
And so you get to choose.
Edinburgh, you're first. Bludger, so you pick the sub and start on.
Okay.
Fine, I'm just trying to...
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was fun.
Amazing.
Oh, I like the guy with 0.
Absolute zero, yes.
That's a good shout.
Yes, so you get quite a lot of interesting names on the back. We've got an interesting one over here from Louis. It's got Smarty62. In games like this and in tournaments like this, your real official name on the back of the shirt is not really necessary.
Anything that you want. Fair.
All right, let's see how we go with the game.
Oh. What is happening there?
That was Bateman saying the blue card feels very warm right now because it is true, you're not allowed to run off the starting line without permission from the ref.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Edinburgh, are you ready? Ready? Rims up!
And game has started, and Leicester run and take the ball, going for the fast break, and deflected by Edinburgh, going for another quick shot at goals, and they've turtled on it, and it's now Edinburgh's ball.
Play on, no immunity, beat Leicester!
Okay, Edinburgh makes a pass over the top, getting ready to go for goals. And a quick dismount and pass off. They're now going for a fast break. Leicester have possession and a quick deflection, trying to knock it out. Quick tackle and going for a quick shot at the goals. No goal. Leicester retaining possession and moving back to the midline. Leicester currently have the bludger control, what is called bludger control. They have both bludgers.
Oh,
whereas
so you can just hold them back and then you're stuffed.
So you'll see the yellow balls are called bludgers, and you use them to knock out other players. So let's watch the yellow players. See there for a second, they're using them to knock other players out.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful save from Edinburgh. So you'll notice there's only 3 on the pitch, so that means one team will have 2 of them and the one team will only have 1, which creates a significant advantage that we call bludger control. I'm not a beater, so that's probably the extent of my beater knowledge. Okay.
Leicester.
Oh, so close. Just next to the top of the hoop. And Leicester regain control. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Sorry, I really now positioned my camera. I'm sorry. Your heads are just too big and full of wonderful Quidditch knowledge.
Official business. Are these refs in the way? Why do you have to them to me as well?
That's a hurt Leicester!
So if the whistle blows, you have to completely stop.
Okay, yeah. Whistle blows, so double blasts. So, oh, there looks like there's a
Oh, so is he off?
yellow card. Yep, yellow card for contact from behind.
Okay.
So, when you have a yellow card, it means that you have to spend a minute off.
Okay, and then you can come back.
Or unless the other team scores a goal,
Okay.
or a goal is scored. So, whichever comes first. Okay, Hippogriffs are now going for another fast break.
And now you guys are
Looking around for, yeah. And ball out.
Oh, Bayman's on a tear. Bayman's on a tear.
This is exactly how I'm not going to rap.
There's the 2 teams. Back tackle kind of start there, right? I couldn't see it, to be fair, through the bottom.
So unfortunately, Leicester is now playing with
2 down.
2 down. So if Hippogriffs, if they manage if you're in a position like this, you generally want to do what's called a slow ball. Keep the ball and go really slowly. But
Because you've got way more people.
Hippogriffs currently have the ball, so they should be able to use this space. And it's a goal! Congratulations to Hippogriffs. One of their players can now come back in.
No, it was the keeper. They're low rigged seasons for December, I know. Like, literally all of the rest called
And do people get sent off quite often?
Pardon?
Do people get sent off quite often?
Yeah, we usually 1 or 2 guards a
It's
game.
very easy to get cards. Very easy. I'll have a game.
Sorry, my camera is very jittery. It's not being very smooth today. Okay. So they've got the quaffle, they're looking for different options. Hippogriffs is doing very well, keeping everything covered. Alright, and Leicester's now going in for a quick catch, fumble behind hoops, and beautiful possession taken back.
Great pass, great draw.
Alright, they're now going for another fast break on Hippogriffs. I taught them that, by the way. Alright, and there we go.
And it works.
And it works. One of the best ways to score goals in Quidditch is if you can run quickly up the pitch, the other team don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
So that's another fantastic goal from Hippogriffs.
Michael, try and spread out a bit, get 2 clubs together, try and get a lot closer,
The interesting thing is that they had 2 bludgers there, so that technically that shouldn't have happened.
No.
But it's good that it kind of shows that they're not quite prepared for a fast break.
With the refs,
Yeah.
so you've got 2 refs in ref tops, the other guys in the green stuff.
They're all referees, they just don't have tops.
Okay.
Yeah. So for a standard game of Quidditch, you'll probably have about 7 refs, but minimum 4.
That's
Yeah.
loads.
So the ball's just gone off the pitch. So while we've got this moment, you're going to have 2 goal refs down the far end. So their job is just to watch for goals.
Yeah.
You'll have 4 assistant refs. So you'll see the 2 people in blue on this side and the 2 people on the other side, and then 1 head ref, which is Matt over there. And the head ref's job is basically to watch the quaffle, whereas the assistant refs is to watch the bludgers.
Ah, okay.
But again, roles mix and match, they cross over. It's not a hard and fast rule, but with so many things going on the pitch, you do need a bunch of assistant refs to make things work.
That makes sense.
Beautiful pass, and just a quick little tap behind hoops. It's one of the hardest things is catching a ball behind the hoops, because you suddenly have all this pressure on you at once.
Yeah.
So they're just, Leicester just kissing in the keeper's own line. They're looking for a quick shot, and they got it.
Come on, Gabri!
Almost predicted that. I was like, he's doing a look, he's looking for a shot, and he got it.
You can see what's coming.
People have this way in their face where they're like, I'm going to make a shot or I'm going to make a pass, and that was I'm going to make a shot face.
I'm surprised I don't have
Years of evaluation.
Back we come.
Are you literally allowed to hug someone?
Yeah, so only with one arm. So that's just a tackle. A one-armed tackle is allowed.
Okay. Oh.
Goes for another quick, desperate shot at hoops. I'm not very happy with that. Sean, you're gonna, if you're listening and watching this, not good.
More practice needed.
More practice needed.
I mean, you tried really hard.
I wasn't the only coach though. There were 5 coaches who were all helping train them. So it's good to have a large amount of collective experience. Oh, quick little beat in the back there. Again, a nice thing, but you don't really want to be putting too much pressure over the line because now he's had to go and do that massive run back to hoops. Here we go. They're going for a quick drive. They're all compacting down on the hoops. Quick little pass off. Beautiful block. That was great. They're going what looks like a bit more of a Baylor defense, which I'm surprised about.
Nice.
Let's get a bit more of the action over here. And it's a pile-up.
Are you allowed to go for the fetal position?
Yes, that is. We have a name for that. It's called the turtle.
Okay.
And it's an effective strategy because for lots of reasons. For one, it stops a lot of people when a ball is on the ground and when people are on the ground. The time it takes for everyone to get up,
Yeah, it's
reset.
quite a long time.
Exactly. So if you want to get all your team back,
Yeah.
if you stay behind, you can kind of hold everyone up. So that's a tactic. Or if you just want to stop someone from scoring a goal and slow the game down, turtle can be extremely effective. So very, very nice there. And that's a goal. Second goal for Leicester.
So 2-2 now.
2-2. And I don't know how far we are into the game.
I heard someone say 5 minutes about 3 minutes ago.
Oh, good. So we're probably about 5-8 minutes into the game. Let's go this way. It's being threatened. Hannah now has possession. Doesn't do a reset over the line, so they still have one reset left.
Well, I'm not supposed to be...
Hannah's looking for options. We're getting a little bit threatened by the beaters. The ball came off Edinburgh, so therefore it's a turnover to Leicester.
Do you have a certain amount of time in which to pick it up if it goes off?
No, it's just sort of pick it up and gets it back in. So Leicester now has possession.
That's it, like... I'm just going there so I can't say anything. You can make them go out.
Nice bit of pressure. The beater game seems fairly evenly matched. Beautiful beat there behind hoops from, I think that was Alvaro. Brand new beater on the team.
Oh, very good.
Very, very nice. Quick, calm, calculated, accurate. Those types of shots are very, very stressful for a lot of beaters. Ball gets passed over and handed off to Matt. Matt's looking for a drive, looking for some options. We have got Marcos standing near the hoops, but he's probably standing a little bit too close. Oh no, there we go, brilliant. I take that back, it was a perfect positioning. Sorry Marcos, you knew exactly what you were doing and I knew nothing.
Kind of the fun of having all the other games.
Okay.
With the rolling sub situation, how often do people sub?
It really depends on the player. Oh, here we go. Quick ball on the hoops. Yeah. And it's come off Leicester. Edinburgh's ball. So you can sub as many times as you like during a game. There is no limitation. you only have 6 players for most of the game. You only have 6 players on the field. You can have up to 21 players.
Okay.
So
A lot of people.
you do have a lot of depth. So Quidditch is a very, very intense sport. It doesn't look like it, but especially in the higher ups, there's a
You're
lot of
running all the
sprinting.
time. You
Yeah.
want to crash legs as much as possible.
It's equivalent to football,
It's all in the pool.
I'd say, because it's a bit of a walk, massive sprint, bit of a walk, massive sprint. So having that depth is very, very useful. That was a beautiful shot. Little bit of a fumble, and that was a Leicester ball. Bit of a mix of old and new players at the moment. Leicester's picking up the ball and looking for some openings. There is a bit of a troll in the dungeon hanging around near the hoops. Quick little beat off the beautiful pass off. Hugo's now taking the ball. Whereas Hugo has a lot of a mess. Oh, so close. It's one of the problems when you're really fast because other people
Everyone
can't.
focuses on yours.
But the other thing is that Hugo had that ball. He was ahead, but he didn't have anyone to pass to.
There's no one
So you if you're a very fast player, you've got to be very wary of that because if you suddenly get ahead of everyone else, your speed is actually going to hurt you.
You're a bit vulnerable at the top.
Beautiful little beat, and Hugo's now going to use the speed to his advantage.
Yes.
Beautiful, there we go. So that was a beautifully executed bit of speed there. It's about seeing that opportunity and going for it. So I'm very impressed with that. Good on you, Hugo. Good stuff. Let's go back to the centre. Leicester now has the ball again. The score is now 40-20 to Edinburgh. So, interesting score, but still in snitch range. So it still could get very interesting.
How many points do you get?
30 points.
Okay.
If you catch and you have a lead, the game ends. But if you don't have a lead, the game continues.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic. Good little turtle there.
Nice there.
Bit of a pile up. Blood just flying everywhere. Yeah. So there's a rule kind of, if there's a big pile up, it can only last for up to 5 seconds.
Wait a minute, it's the other way round. Holyrood had the ball and it was a stop.
So I think Leicester flipped the ball into the and it got cancelled.
Again, people do weird things in Quidditch. Very nice face shot. You're not technically allowed face shots in Quidditch, but as long as it's more than 2 meters away. So.
Okay. Oh, it's not funny. Did that go in?
So. So again, one of the dodgy things, beautiful things about Quidditch is that you can shoot from both sides of the hoop. But when you shoot from behind a hoop, you run the risk of if you miss, the ball's going to go and land in the middle of the pitch.
And you're giving it away.
Exactly. So that's a classic example of being very cautious. I think that there's going to be a stoppage for an injury. So, and welcome back. We are now going, ball has been turned over to Hippogriffs. Keeper is now going for a sprint. Looking for some options, but they do have bludger control. So it's going to be a tough score. Goes for a pass back into the middle of the pitch. It's been beaten out, so now they're playing with one chaser down. The beaters go for an exchange, and they go for a dunk. Oh, what a, so close. It's the little slip of the fingers. And here we go. Leicester now coming back hard and fast, really pushing into making some control. Quick slot. Quick shot at goals and quick miss. If you can go for a dunk, go for a dunk.
That makes sense.
But it was a bit of an interesting angle actually. I might have to rewatch that and see what drove that angle because it went instead of flat. Almost all hoops are at head height, or kind of roughly, if you're fairly average height. So you shouldn't have to throw on a very high angle to get a goal. No goal, so close.
He was Leicester. He looked fine, yeah. To be fair, he came on, it was really scrappy for the field as well. Really scrappy.
Alright!
But yeah, he's impressive how well. Yeah, 100%.
Had a bit of confidence.
Backed it off as well, to be fair.
Yeah. No, like, yeah.
All right, Leicester, Edinburgh compacting quite tightly around the hoops. Leicester's going for a drive, a little pop over the top, and not good.
Unsuccessful.
Yeah. One of the interesting things you'll find with university teams is that they can't pass very far. A player that can pass quite a long way is extremely powerful in this game. So they're actually compacting very, very tightly because they don't know, they're not too confident with their passing just yet. That will come with time, that will come with experience. So you'll notice quite a lot when the ball gets passed, there's probably a bit of a fumble. Beautiful goal, amazing cut there from Marcos. Amazing work from Marcos.
Hey, they're doing something right with their female changes at Holyrood.
I wonder why. It's like we don't sideline them into wing positions and just make them do shit. All right, beautiful, quick little battle there.
B23, play on. B2.
And here we go. So 2 chasers are down. Leicester's spreading out, looking for some cuts. Beta battles are still going on quite intensely. A beautiful steal. What an amazing. Oh, they had a little bit of nice, good bit of pressure. Beautiful.
How far back does it go behind the rings?
Rachel.
So there's actually a yellow line on the pitch. It's a bit hard to see. All right, so we now have possession again. There's some amazing aggression from the beaters there. The only downside on that last play is that they had one beater that was running back and forth between 2 points. That shouldn't happen. Here we go, looking for a quick little takeoff. Marcos now has the ball, and it's a beater. When you have the ball and when you're holding the ball down behind hoops, got to make sure that you've got to move quickly. When you have that ball, you have to know who it's going to before it's hit your hands. If you don't know that, chances are you're going to lose the ball. Because you have probably about 2-3 seconds at most behind the hoops. In front of the hoops, you have a lot more time, so you can make those decisions. So it's just a little piece of advice there for anyone listening in. If you're a wing and you're sitting behind hoops, know where the ball is going before it hits your hands. You do not have time to process where you're going to send it. An advantage has been called. Oh, quick contact over the neck. No goal. Okay, lull and play. We'll see what the call is. There was contact to the neck.
Yeah, 100%. She's like, I wonder if it's a compliment.
High contact. So you're only allowed to contact someone between the shoulder and the knee. So you may not have seen, but someone swung an arm and went straight into the neck. Yeah, that's high contact. A good game though for Hippogriffs and Leicester. They're going to have to sharpen up because you do get a fair amount of. It is going to be a fairly tense game. But Hippogriffs are playing really well. The score is currently 60-30. The snitch is getting ready, so we're looking at about 17 minutes or so.
So if you're a snitch, how do you become a snitch?
You just apply and
then you just do it.
Yeah.
And
but
they're kind of, does a team have a snitch that then they'll
no.
use other...
So the snitch is effectively a referee. They're not. They are not allocated or aligned.
Neutral.
Completely neutral. Their aim is to try and not get caught.
Yeah.
They have a referee with them as well. All right. So Hippogriffs now have possession. We're going to follow them up the pitch. Right, and the snitch is back on.
And is there rules as to where you can run as the snitch?
Yes, so the snitch basically has to stay in the centre of the pitch. They can't run, there are some exact rules, but they basically can't run too far to either side to show bias. So, all right, and the Seekers have been released.
She's already on the field, I imagine.
Hippogriffs are now going for a quick shot on the goals.
And so the guy playing for Leicester that's the seeker, he was doing something else before. Can you do something else and then come on again later on as a seeker?
Yeah, you can change your positions when you're in the sub box. It's not a problem. So people can interchange between different positions. Generally, when you start playing Quidditch, we'll put you in one position and you play that for a season.
Yeah.
And then second season play something different or change it up. If you can play all positions, you'll know that is what's called a utility player because you are very useful.
Yeah.
We have Ed here is very, very good at is a very good utility player. All right, just coming down here. The Hippogriffs are now going for a quick goal to put them out of snitch range. Let's see if they'll get through it. And good hustle though down under the hoops.
No way, baby. No way.
For now, for anyone listening in, I am going to try and describe what's going on in terms of around the goals because I think it's more interesting to watch swim at this point.
I like that game better. I think that's fine.
Walk backward.
Yeah, you could walk back there. Oh, so maybe it's just forward.
All right, Hippogriffs have been given the ball and they're looking like they're going for a quick score on goals. James is running behind the goals looking for a shot and Hannah goes in and that has now pushed them out of snitch range. So if Hippogriffs catch this snitch, then that is going to put them in the lead and they will win the game. All right, so Leicester now have the quaffle and they're looking to come back. Hippogriffs have control, so they're in a very good position at the moment. They have one beater currently on the snitch. And the ball has been retained. The Hippogriffs did not concede a goal. So the score is now 70-30. If Leicester were to catch, they would have to score 4 more goals to...
Oh, and you can change your seeker as well.
Yep, you can change your seekers and positions. All right, and the Hippogriffs are now bringing the ball back up the pitch. The snitch is now taking back on the centre line. Hippogriffs have had a little fumble but retained possession, running for hoops. A quick fumble down behind the hoops, but they've managed to keep retaining possession. They're now looking for a place to find a bit more positioning. They've reset the ball. Hippogriffs still have possession. Both beaters of Leicester are now concentrating all their efforts and energy onto the seeker, which is probably a bad move because that's going to mean that the Hippogriffs can now actually spend a lot of time trying to get their goals up on the board. You've really got to balance your beater time carefully. All right. Okay. It's kind of hard. Who do I focus on, the snitch or the gameplay? There seems to be a pile up in the middle of the pitch. And a quick catch. A catch. Don't worry, the camera got it.
They smashed that.
And so the referees are now consulting. We're going to do a nice little zoom in on Sean. Sean! Oh, the battery is about to die, so I really hope there is a decision before the camera cuts out. If those watching at home, you'll probably know the score before I do.
So what's the deliberation now?
So they're just deciding that there's no fouls on the ground.
Well impressed by Hannah. Well impressed by Hannah.
Captain is now having a quick discussion with the head ref.
I don't know what he's trying to argue. I've seen this quite popular. I think Ollie, what's his name? Barker had one, yeah.
I think it's really good. I got it when I saw it. Harry Kane wore it at Liverpool game at the Euro.
There's still a little bit of deliberation. Any final questions that you have?
Oh, what would happen if, so at this point, can they say, oh actually we have to keep playing?
Then we'll just keep playing. Everything resets and we just keep playing.
And so can that be if the snitch catch was decided that it wasn't proper?
Yeah. So the decision is whether, so the key thing is, as far as I saw, that snitch catch was good. So the snitch catch was good. If the snitch catch wasn't good, we would have continued playing a long time ago. The question now is, are there any fouls? Because if there's been any fouls committed by any team, then it means that we're going to continue playing. But if there's been no fouls and everything's all good, then it's game over. It seems like the refs are deliberating something. I can't quite see what the foul might be. There was a giant pile-up though over there. If we go over this way, there was a bit of a pile-up happening over here. So we'll wait and see.
We're on this side, which keep it that way, and then people can.
All right. And I think, and the catch is good. Final score is 100-30, and the game goes to Hippogriffs.
That was very good.
No, congratulations to Hippogriffs for their first win of the season.
Well done.
All right. Thank you all very much for listening in. My name is Jandals.
I'm Lizzie.
And thank you for watching our very improvised commentating. So we will pause and get right back to you when everything is resolved.
If you go and handle it at the same time,